What a scene in Knoxville. The 8th all-time Checker-Neyland game. And it's a rivalry game at that. Number 8 Tennessee taking on the Gators. We will see how that response registers tonight. It'll be a touchback to begin. There were some injury concerns last week as well with Squirrel White and Bru McCoy, but they are both okay to go tonight, and that certainly will help the Iamaleava to throw on first down. And he is already 1 for 1. Squirrel White, a slide and catch for a first down and a gain of 14.
There you go. Run a little play action, get him out on the perimeter, change the launch point, get the ball out of your hands fast. They worked on it hard in practice.
Speaking of fast, that is exactly the way they play. But no gain on the first running play to Dylan. First tackle.
Yeah, winning the line of scrimmage for Florida is something that's going to be critical for them, run game and rushing the passer.
They try it again with Sampson. And this time a little more success. He's got 4, so here's the first third down as Jordan Castell made the stop.
This is where you're going to really see whether Nico really has right now really calmed himself down. He can read the coverage rotation pre-snap. Then when he gets the ball in the gun and he gets his eyes back up, does he see it post-snap? And then just decisive, let it rip.
2 receivers stacked to either side. Here comes a blitz off the edge. Iamaleava well protected. Finds the crosser and Squirrel White. Catch and run for a first down.
Nice execution.
Keep it up tempo. Breaking a tackle to Sampson. Speed to the edge. Dives inside the 30 down to about the 26. The crowd not happy that the chains can't keep up with the Vols. The officials have to slow things up just to get the down and distance markers accurate before the Vols snap it on second down. It's 2nd down and 4. Gave the Gators a chance maybe to catch their breath. Breaking tackles. Boy, it's tough to bring down. At least the first contact for Dylan Sampson. Jack Pyburn was there.
And there you see that jump cut ability of Dylan Sampson, the ability to just get lateral and then get vertical.
3rd and 1. Losing the football is Iamaleava. A fumbled exchange at the mesh point and a takeaway for the Gators. Grayson Howard jumped on the loose ball.
Rolling on the field was a fumble recovered by the defense for a first down.
These are just the kind of things that you just can't afford when the drive has started off so nicely. You see Nico trying to pull it out of the belly of Dylan Sampson. Dylan thinks he's going to give it to him. And this is one of the things he also talked about, the fact that he wanted to play a clean game, wanted to make sure that there weren't no self-inflicted wounds.
Florida with their 2-quarterback system. They start with Graham Mertz. We will see the freshman DJ Lagway. It's been the first 2 drives for Mertz, then they go to Lagway, back to Mertz for 2 drives. At least that's been the recent recipe for success. There's a quick slant, and already Mertz is 1 for 1 to Elijah Badger.
Florida has their full complement of weapons on the outside now with the return of Trey Wilson. Aiden Mizell healthy, Elijah Badger.
Four-man rush. Mertz is 2 for 2. Another first down. Aiden Hansen, just a button hook right up the hash marks for 12 yards. And boy, Graham Mertz has been, Lewis, a completion machine.
Yeah, look, Billy Napier just loves this guy. Thinks that he is a superstar in terms of his decision-making, his accuracy, his total command of this Florida offense. And you can see right now, he is composed. The noise isn't bothering him. They are crisp coming out of the huddle. And he has been on point.
They'll run it with Montrell Johnson. That's a tough front to run against. Josh Josephs made the stop.
This Tennessee defensive front is as good as they come. They have got some studs up front. Joshua Joseph, James Pierce, Amari Thomas at the linebacker position. They have got guys who can run and hit with Arian Carter and Keenan Peely. They are loaded, and they're going to need to be at their very best tonight.
Pierce not getting the start tonight. Empty backfield, second down and long. Five-man rush. Mertz escapes the pocket, heaves it to the sideline, just throws it away. Now it's going to be third down and 11.
Now you see James Pierce back in the lineup. You know they're going to put him in here in these kind of third down situations when it's time to get after the quarterback, and he's as good as any in the country at doing it.
Checker Nealon right now is Decibel Nealon. Four-man rush. Mertz over the middle, reaching back to haul it in, but well short of the first down line to gain is Arliss Boardingham, the tight end. It's at least 4 yards shy, so now it's 4th and 4 inside the 45-yard line, and we have an injured ball. And that's Keenan Peely. So that's the 5th year, really the 7th year senior. Squirrel White, by the way, dinged last week. So they wanted to potentially take punt return duties off his plate tonight. It looks like they have. Jermod McCoy is back at the 10-yard line. And Florida will play field position as Jeremy Crawshaw will try and pin the Vols deep, and does. And gives the Vols the long field.
It's that renewed confidence in the defensive side of the ball for the Florida Gators.
And for a crease is Dylan Sampson, and he fights his way for about 3 yards.
Like I was saying, look, Billy Napier says after the bye week, or during the bye week, they really went to work on the defensive side of the football. He spent more time on that side, felt as though that unit needed to play better and could play better. And he's putting their trust in him here early.
Play action. Iamaleava out of the pocket. Tucks it under. Flag down in the offensive backfield. How does that argument usually turn out?
Holding. Offense number 74. After distance to the goal, we play second down.
They need to play better tonight.
Going down inside the 5-yard line, fighting his way to the 5. At best is Sampson. Ryan Taylor. Good penetration to bring down Sampson. Now it's third down and long, 3rd and 15 from the 5.
Again, you're seeing that defensive front really get after it right now as far as their ability to get off the ball and play with physicality. It's the key to the game for them. Win the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to run it again and play conservative. The crowd doesn't like it. Dylan Sampson gets 2, just trying to buy some room for the punt group. And the decision by Billy Napier to play field position and punt it down to the 10-yard line works perfectly. And now it will be Jackson Ross kicking it from the end zone.
As you can see, they want to put this ball in the hands of the redshirt freshman Iamaleava. They want to make sure that he can prove to them that he has kind of answered some of the questions that we have of him after last week's game in Arkansas.
Line drive kick. DK. Fair catch right at midfield. No score. 8:06 to go in the first.
This rivalry is heated. It's passionate. It is intense. It's about which state's better, which team's better. Playing in this rivalry game was awesome. What this game really means is that one team will leave with a lot of hope, and the other team's hope will be dashed against the rocks.
But in my generation, Florida was the rivalry game always for Tennessee. And now a false start here with great field position for Florida. So the crew's sorting out who this penalty is against.
Offside. Defensive end was in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
They're going to get 5 yards to the Gators. Let's go down to Chris.
Yeah, Tennessee losing a huge veteran presence on the defensive side. I've just been told that Keenan Pili is out for the remainder of the game with a lower body injury. I am watching him walk to the locker room right now under his own power.
8 minutes, 6 seconds, 8:06 on the game clock, please.
This linebacking unit is largely responsible for how well this defense has played as a whole. He's going to be missed.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock. Thank you.
We heard you the whole time. They wanted an extra second on the game clock. I'm not sure they can hear them in the press box.
It's unbelievably loud in this stadium.
Montrell Johnson is the lone setback. Everybody's fighting the crowd noise, including the Gators. There goes Johnson. And he pushes the pile. Trey Wilson in the backfield. Hurts floats one down the sideline. Incomplete. Out of the reach of Elijah Badger. So now 3rd down and 3. And you know they desperately like to pay off the great field position that their special teams and defense created for them.
And here when you're in plus territory, when you're on the opponent's side of the 50, on the road, your defense is playing well. You do want to go ahead and convert this 1st down. You got to get it to your playmakers. We haven't heard from Chimere Dike yet, the transfer from Wisconsin. You see they got a little bit of a condensed formation, expecting man-to-man coverage.
Hurts. He's going to run for it. Dives and gets it. Zell and Wilson in the slot right. Those are the 2 wide receivers they've gotten back. And those are difference makers, especially Trey Wilson in the slot.
They can fly, Bob. These guys can get down the field.
The clock was winding down. To the short side is Montrell Johnson. True freshman Jaden Ball with a nice jump cut close to a 1st down.
We were down on the field for pregame, and we were just marveling at the way these running backs are put together. Montrell Johnson, Jaden Ball, these guys are all 215, 220 plus.
Quarterback sneak, a little push. It depends on the spot. He is right on the line to gain. And it looks like from where the official from the far side is running in, he's probably got it. First down without measurement.
We got another injury.
And Elijah Simmons, it looks like, is down. So that's 2 starters for Tennessee in their front 7. They've already lost Keenan Pili, and now Simmons is down. They basically tread water with a win. So they have to win this game. As Jordan Baugh on 1st and 10. Only gains about 2 yards, so they're not going to be giving Lewis much credit based on the percentages with a home win tonight over the Gators. And this is a rivalry game.
Yeah, look, strength of schedule, so to speak, is going to be a big part of it all when it's all said and done as far as how this all plays out. Tennessee needs to be convincing. They needed to start fast in this game, and they haven't so far. They're on their heels here early.
They fake it to Jaden Ball and slip a little screen in the right flat to Dike. He's about a yard shy of the 1st down.
Chimere Dike, the transfer from Wisconsin. Quarterback Graham Mertz says that is his guy. That is one of his best friends, if not his very best friend. And he is someone who has produced for Florida here early in the season. Already has 15 catches, 277 yards coming into this game. He'll play a big role tonight.
Ricky Gibson hurt on that last play, crawled off to the sideline. That's another injury for the Tennessee defense. Swapped under behind the line is Jaden Ball on 3rd down. Well, he lost about a handful. Omari Thomas blew that play up, as did the rest of the Vols defensive line. That's going to force a field goal attempt.
I mean, you just see Omari Thomas with the penetration, the jab step, and then he just gets upfield. And that's how you got to do it in 3rd and short situations. You've got to reset that line of scrimmage, man, and you've got to get in the backfield. The Tennessee defense stands up.
Trey Smack from 42 for the game's first points, effortlessly knocks it right down the middle. So the Gators are on the board.
This is This is pretty darn good right here.
They had a bunch of recruits down on the sideline, did Tennessee. It's not hard to understand when you see this scene why. I would want a recruit to see this too.
If you
come to Tennessee, you get to experience
you
this.
leave out of here as a highly recruited young man, you're going to have a hard time topping this.
It'll be a touchback, our first opportunity to check in with Matt Barrett. At least Pitt survived too.
You know it, baby. You know it. You know what kind of roll they're on.
Can't ruin Lewis's night, even with a Penn State survival. Jet sweep, Brew McCoy.
And get some points on the board.
Sean Bishop drags a couple of tacklers. Cam Jackson brings him down a yard short of a first down.
Bob, what you're seeing is this defensive front for Florida, the side of the ball again that Billy Napier gave a lot of his attention during their bye week, has really stepped it up.
And this time Bishop submarines for a first down and moves the pile. Well, in spite of the fact that they gave up a first down, you're right, Billy Napier said the 3 days that they had of practice during that open date, he said it was like real football, right? And he thinks that was a turning point for their defense. Iamaleava has to escape the pocket again. Out on the edge, there he goes, flag down. He's across the 50. The crowd loves the run. We'll see if it comes back. And the offensive line with shoulders slumped tells the story.
Holding. Offense number 53. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Play action. Blitz off the edge. Chris Brazel, his first catch. Good for about 6 yards, out to the 34-yard line in front of Bryce Thornton.
See, that's what they want to see. Nice rhythmic passing. Just get Nico into a rhythm.
Tries to stay in rhythm, and it's traffic. Broken up. Let's see, held onto it. It looks like he did. Oh, what a catch by Brazel. Unbelievable.
But
He got popped by Jordan Castell and held on for 20 yards. Squirrel White down the sideline. Another first down for Tennessee.
see, this is what Josh Heupel wanted to see. Now they're into a groove. Now the quarterback is starting to see it clearly. He's letting go of the ball, trying to throw with anticipation.
Another play action fake. This time he goes down. The pocket collapses. And the sack. Devin Moore came off the edge.
That's what Florida wants. They want to make Nico Hitch with the football. You're going to see it here. He wants to let it go now. He has to pull it down. His eyes come down. And now that's when the pass rush for Florida can go to work.
And Jaden Robinson got home.
But this defensive front, their top 8 players on the defensive front played against Tennessee last year in the swamp. They know what it takes in order to win a game like this, albeit on the road. And they're going to have to come up with more plays like that.
Another blitz. Another sack. Tyreek Sapp will end the quarter with back-to-back sacks for the Gators.
This is the end of the first quarter.
When Tennessee has given Iamaleava time, he's 5 of 5, 79 yards, and they've had a couple of long drives. One they turned it over, and this one back-to-back sacks to end the quarter. Short-circuited out near midfield. Now 3rd and 26. Pocket collapsing again. Iamaleava down again. And Tennessee will have to punt from midfield. Jaden Robinson all over Iamaleava again. And George Gums might share that sack.
And the outside rushers can just retrace their steps, finish with the sack.
Jim Dike with the fair catch at the 10-yard line.
You better watch this game to the very end, because I tell you, this young man running onto the field right now, number 2, DJ Lagway, he is a human highlight reel. He is big, he's strong, he's fast, he throws a beautiful football. I think you're going to be in for a treat when you see this young man unleash here.
This has been the Gators' formula. First couple of possessions from Ertz, and then Lagway gets a chance. He'll hand the first one off, and right up the gut, Montrell Johnson. Lagway bullets one up the sideline. DK makes the catch. Oh, was that on a rope for 17?
Just look at this ball. It's effortless, and it's right on time. All Chimere Dike has to do is put his hands up. It's just like handing it to him, like he walked down there and handed it to him.
Another handoff. And a good run at that for Montrell Johnson. And Lagway being so willing to be tutored. It's rare. And there goes Johnson. He's got a first down. He has taken DJ Lagway and said, you be my roommate on the road. Let's have that kind of a relationship and spend that kind of time together.
They would be in the transfer portal quickly.
Four-man rush. Lagway breaks a tackle. Right up the middle of the field. A slide. 3rd and 1. Lagway. Easy flip in the right flat to Boardingham. Catch and run for the big tight end and a first down.
Nice ball handling on the part of DJ Lagway. And you're going to see him here just get out on the edge there and just flip this ball nicely to Boardingham. A nice easy touch throw so that he can turn it upfield in full command. Because both of these quarterbacks are able to settle into a rhythm and move the football.
Zone read. Jacoby Jackson. 3 yards. Check with me from Lagway. That's a broken play in the backfield. Lagway turned and bumped right into Jacoby Jackson. That play was stopped before it got started. They lost 2.
Lagway's expecting him to turn and hand the ball off to his right. And Jacoby Jackson's thinking, look, he's going to run the counter to his left. And they just bump into one another. It's loud, it's raucous here. This is one of these situations where you can have some miscommunication.
Timeout's going to be called from the sideline by Coach Napier.
Timeout. Florida, they're first.
So they will talk over before 3rd down and 9. After the Florida timeout, let's see, Lewis, how they handle 3rd down. Lagway. Screen out to the edge. Montrell Johnson. I think he might have a first down. Right at the line to gain. Where did they spot it? It is very close.
It's a big-time individual effort by Montrell Johnson. And I talked about these running backs and how these guys are tough to bring down. Their lower bodies are put together. Johnson, number 1 at 218 pounds. Jaden Ball, 227.
Well, those chains are no more than about 3 paces away from the football. They still have to bring them out to measure. Billy Napier was confident. He signaled first down. He spoke too soon.
I mean, I know there are going to be people at home going, why would you get in the gun when you have a 240-pound quarterback who's just an absolute freak of an athlete?
They're going to try to get it with speed. Trey Wilson brought down.
Ricky Gibson again, he trails this motion across the formation and comes like a rocket ship to prevent Florida from picking up the first down.
The day of the loss to Arkansas, Dane Davis drove back to his hometown in Bluff City, which is in northeast Tennessee, an area affected by Hurricane Helene. He personally delivered groceries and supplies to neighbors back home and has raised over $10,000.
Heartbreaking scenes. Deep shot. Incomplete. Iamaleava took a shot.
And as you see, Iamaleava just rolled to his left, a little half roll, and he's able to get down the middle of the field. He just puts this on him in 6.
Keeper. Iamaleava. Terrific ball fake. He froze the Florida defense and found a running lane for a first down.
And there you see the misdirection in the backfield, and the quarterback keeper the tight end leading around the edge. Maybe we see more of that here tonight.
And Sampson, that one was the key for that Florida defense. Cam Jackson brought down Dylan Sampson behind the line.
Again, the interior defenders for Florida just continuing to show up in this game early.
Try a straight ahead dive, and Sampson is tripped up by TJ Searcy. That'll be 3rd down and at least 7.
And what did Billy Napier talk about with Chris Button? He said, look, we got to do our work on the early down so we can get into a situation where now we can pressure the passer. Here you are, 3rd and long.
We'll look over, and will there be a Florida adjustment? You're bringing pressure here, you're dropping out.
I think here on 3rd and long, you want to continue to put the pressure on him or use some simulated pressures. Make him think it's coming and drop out with 7 or 8. And here they bring extras.
Iamaleava, deep shot down the sideline. Incomplete. He had Chaz Nimrod turned around and missed him.
And there, Chaz Nimrod, we talked about him early in the game, as a guy who just has blazing speed far outside. Another missed opportunity down the field.
So Florida will have the football back at their own 20-yard line when we return. On Rocky Top, Graham Mertz back in the game as he takes over at quarterback. Play action, flips one on the right flat. Aiden Hansen, catch and run 1st down. They have used their tight ends.
Motions and ball handling to get defenses out of sorts.
Screened to Trey Wilson. There's a crease. Oh, that run from Montrell Johnson. Oh, did he finish with authority to the 38-yard line?
Look, I could run through that hole. It may not have been as successful, but I can do that.
Another shot inside the 25-yard line.
You're going to have some passing windows open when you use play action. There's a perfect example.
Johnson breaks a tackle inside the 15. Another handoff to the workhorse. He's inside the 5. Johnson at the goal line, just short of the end zone. And Florida wants to go quickly. They want to get right back up to the line of scrimmage.
They're just blowing them off the ball. You see them, they are just getting people on skates, getting their shoulders turned. But James Pierce is going to have to make his impact on this game. Had one of his best games of the season last week at Arkansas. As far as playing the run, which they challenged him to be even better at that than he's been in the past. And he is a dynamite pass rusher.
Mertz, quarterback sneak, hoping for the push at the goal line. No signal. Did the ball pop out? Tennessee thinks it came loose. They've got a takeaway. Did James Pierce rip it out? Mertz lost the football at the goal line on the quarterback sneak. And it looks like James Pierce may have recovered.
Yeah, I think they're going to take a look at this one. I think Mertz's knee may have been down.
Field is a fumble recovered by the defense for a 1st down.
Get another look at it here. You can see Mertz just fighting.
Please reset the game clock for 3 minutes.
Maybe his knee was off the ground. That's a little bit different angle.
Game clock, please.
Is that shin down? Can't see it from that angle.
Please reset the game clock to 3 minutes, 18 seconds.
Was that ball coming loose is the question. And you see, we just talked about James Pierce has to make his presence known.
3 minutes, 18 seconds, please.
I don't know that we've seen a replay yet that would say a body part was
The ruling
down
of a
before
fumble
the ball
recovered by
popped
the
out.
defense. The play's under video review.
You're going to see here, I don't think Mertz's shin is on the ground.
Or
You see
his
here,
elbow.
Or his elbow. Off the ground, off the ground. Nothing's on the ground yet. Nothing's on the ground.
Right
Ball's
there.
coming out.
Wow.
I don't think you can overturn it.
I agree.
And that's what we're talking about. That's the kind of thing that James Pierce has to make his impact on.
After video review, the ruling on the
So Tennessee gets the takeaway. The forced fumble at the goal line by James Pierce Jr. rips it away from Mertz. And they will start 99.5 yards away from the opposite goal line.
They are backed up, and this Florida defensive front has been getting after it. Be sure with your ball handling, no turnovers, be clean down here.
Deshaun Bishop, breathing room, and then some. Out to about the 6-yard line.
Let's get some breathing room now so you have some room to work.
Deshaun Bishop joined Tennessee as a preferred walk-on. And now he's out there toting the rock with their season potentially on the line inside of 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Big third down here, 3rd and short.
He's got it again. Graham crawls close to a first down. Looks like he's short. That on 4th down from inside their own 11-yard line. Tennessee's going to go for this? Wow. Call. How about the guts shown by Josh Heupel? Deshaun Bishop picks up a 4th down conversion inside their own 15-yard line.
Bob, that's one of those moments of truth. He's saying, look, offensive line, look, enough. You're going to have to move the line of scrimmage. We cannot give this Florida offense another crack at it here before the half. Take the game in your own hands and move somebody.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
Well, Matty, after Tennessee goes for it on 4th down from their own 11-yard line. They've got a fresh set of downs at their own 15. Iamaleava, a middle screen, and it goes nowhere. Josh Heupel pushed it. Now how do you pay it off?
They got to get some chunks now. You can't be running wide receiver tunnel screens. You're going to get this ball down the field. They've been behind this secondary. They got to hit on one.
Iamaleava to the sideline. Ethan Davis. That's a first down, and it stops the clock with 1:22 to go.
And you see Florida playing that too high look that we talk about all the time, 2 safeties deep. And now you see they're trying to spread them out, see if they can get somebody one-on-one down the field.
Pass protection is there, but an interception is thrown by Iamaleava. It is picked off by Sharif Denson. The takeaway by the Gators, and they're back in business.
Textbook zone coverage by Sharif Denson. You're going to see it right here. He's just going to step right in front of this switch release, right into the throwing window. Good eyes on the quarterback. Good periph of the receiver combination.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Offense number 74. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
That's how you play zone coverage. And he says right there, look, he knows he made the mistake.
And John Campbell Jr. commits a personal foul. Half the distance, puts them down at the 11-yard line. Mertz fumbled at the goal line to give Tennessee the ball back.
Ball start. Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And now Cameron Wades will cost the Gators 5 yards. Swing pass, incomplete through the hands of Montrell Johnson.
When you're talking about the red zone, 3 possessions for the Gators, 0 touchdowns. They've got to start capitalizing.
And Billy Napier is upset and has to call a timeout.
Timeout. Florida, their 3rd and final. It'll be 30 seconds.
You're calling a timeout there with the clock stopped. This is really almost a goal-to-go situation. All the way back at the 16-yard line. And now a timeout called by Tennessee.
Tennessee, they're first. It'll be 30 seconds.
Mertz There's the tunnel screen, but again, it goes nowhere. Trey Wilson brought down.
Take as much time off the clock as possible. You played pretty good football here, especially defensively. On the road, go ahead in here with the lead. See if you can tack on some more points.
Hurts, sacked. And that's going to make the field goal a little more challenging for the Gators. Boo Carter and Omar Norman-Lott. It's a bit of a fire drill here for the field goal group because remember, they are out of timeouts.
And there you see defensive coordinator Tim Banks. He dials up the pressure.
Trey Smack with a flag down. Knocks it through from 43.
Illegal substitution. The offense had 12 players in the formation. 5-yard penalty. Still fourth down.
You see, they just had one too many people. An extra offensive lineman came running onto the field late. Again, no substitution errors. Controlling things on the sidelines, making sure the right people are in the game, making sure everything is clean, no self-inflicted penalties. Those are just errors of concentration. Getting caught up in the moment, not paying attention.
I would think that would be a 10-second runoff,
The clock was
though.
running for the illegal substitution foul, which qualifies for a 10-second runoff.
Yeah.
The half is over.
That should end the half. And if the clock's running there,
That's critical.
that would be advantageous to the offense to get the penalty. So that should result in a 10-second runoff. It does. And that means Florida comes away empty.
That's just a critical error, and that's what we're talking about.
And now you go back to Billy Napier having to call that timeout, Lewis, with the clock stopped. If they had the timeout to call.
And he talked about that with us. Look, they wanted to clean up this part of the game, make sure that they weren't hurting themselves. They'll regroup at halftime. But wow, what a wasted opportunity for the Gators.
Josh Turbeville sends it deep. And it will be a touchback.
You just need somebody to get your team down the field and convert and get you in the end zone and get 6. And if that means disrupting the rotation, then you have to disrupt it. They need to score points.
102,000 bearing down on 2 true freshmen. Play action. He squeezes one in. Hoping for Trey Wilson, and that's broken up. Will Brooks knocked it away from number 3.
And that's just a heck of a job of Will Brooks coming down on this rollout. And you see the left hand. Will Brooks, just a steady presence in the secondary for Tennessee. You'll see him all over the field making plays like that.
Freshman at quarterback, freshman at tailback. The give to Ball. And Jaden Ball brought down behind the line. Bryson Eason there first. Four-man rush. Lagway. Hit from behind. Down he goes. Omar Norman-Lott with the sack.
We talked with defensive coordinator Tim Banks about Omar Norman-Lott, the fact that he has what they call a twitchy body. And watch him just continue to work on the pass rush. Watch his hands, they never stop moving. Watch, he's fighting, he's pushing, and then he's able to get clean, flatten down the line of scrimmage as DJ tries to work up in the pocket, and he finishes. You brush the passer like that, you're going to get your name called.
The NCAA career active leader in punting is Jeremy Crawshaw, trying to change field position. Jermon McCoy, fair catch, and the crowd was hoping for a return.
Don't lead defenders where you want to throw the football. Use your eyes, be good with your eyes. He talked about that. Let's see how he starts here in the second half.
Sampson to midfield. That's one of his better runs. And that says a lot about how well the Florida defensive front has played.
Sure, look, and these guys are studs. They have NFL bodies on that side of the ball. They know how to play big boy football.
They give it to him again. Spin cycle. And then he gets racked up at the line of scrimmage. Jaden Robinson, Jack Pyburn, they were both there. So now it's third down again.
There you see just the amount of disruption on the interior. Caleb Banks, number 88, probably their best down lineman that they have on the roster, just creating havoc. Now you're here in a third down situation. Nico's just got to be good. Just protect the football. Read this out. Be good with your eyes.
Vols are 2 for 7 on third down. A rollout. Pass in the flat. Sampson's going nowhere. It's going to be 4th down near midfield. Sharif Denson made the stop. And it looks like the punt group is forming up. Great field position for the Vols. And another stop for the Florida defense. A 3 and out.
That's great eyes on the part of the secondary of the Florida Gators. Great breaks on the throw, solid tackles in space.
And the Gators not even rushing the punter, just guarding against a fake. Dike, fair catch at about the 8-yard line. Good punt by Jackson Ross of 43 yards. And it went fast for this one as they checker Neyland tonight. And they are bearing down. Now on Graham Mertz back in the game at quarterback. Worst starting field position for the Gators, their own 8-yard line. They run it into the heart of the Vols defense with Montrell Johnson Jr. And Jalen Smith makes the stop. 3 tight ends, all bunch left. Mertz over the middle, and he finds one of them for a first down. It's Hayden Hansen.
But you see how quick Graham Mertz is with his decision making.
Play action. He's under pressure. Mertz feels it. Across his body, he's got a wide open Dike. Hit from behind, the ball pops out, but it's out of bounds. Safely along the sideline. So Jim Dike. Johnson down the sideline. Just about broke it. That was a one-on-one touchdown saving tackle by Christian Charles. And now Montrell Johnson's hurt.
Timeout for an injured player.
He got his leg caught up at the end of that run. And it looked like, look, in the NFL,
that's tough to see.
fell on the back of his legs. Hope he's okay. But you see the effects of why they're trying to outlaw hip drop tackles in the NFL. And I'm not saying that that was intentional in terms of his tackling technique, but you see how dangerous it is when guys swing their bodies around and fall on the back of the legs of runners.
So that brings Jaden Baugh, the true freshman, in. With Florida in business, a first down in Tennessee territory, and a good run by Baugh.
And they are coming off the ball with this zone scheme runs.
Play action. Mertz takes a shot into a tight window. Incomplete. Arliss Boardingham was the target, and he took a heavy hit, and he's going to go off to the sideline. Third down and a long 4, close to 5. Mertz. He's going to take off and run. Makes a nice move into the secondary and gets dragged down in the red zone, but easily picks up a first down and then some. 15 yards on the scramble.
You see immediately, first read is not there. He pulls it down. He sees that the linebacker, Jeremiah Thielander, had taken away his primary option.
And now again, they tighten up the formation. Nothing there for Jaden Baugh. Wrestled down by Josh Josephs.
That's a big-time play by Josh Josephs on the edge. Again, if you're Florida now, just like any offense, you want to be able to run the football down here in the red area. You see Montrell Johnson over there on the sideline trying to get that left ankle loosened up. They need him back in this game. Tennessee, they got to get another stop here. They got to rise up once again.
Mertz, end zone, shaken up after the touchdown pass. So the Florida quarterback limping off to the sideline.
Didn't take any contact to his lower body. He just kind of got his foot caught in the turf in a weird way. He started hobbling.
The first touchdown of the game caps the worst field position of the night for Florida. They go 92 yards, Lewis, and end up in the end zone.
Yeah, you just see Boardingham, he just arc releases and then gets up the seam, and they have some miscommunication in the secondary. Then here you're going to see Graham Mertz. They're right there. You just see his leg just get caught in the ground, a little bit weird. Non-contact injury.
A touchdown for the Gators, but a limping quarterback. Graham Mertz goes into the injury tent, and Lewis, the oddest of injuries.
I mean, you just don't know exactly what happened right there, because it just looked like a play that should have been harmless. You just thrown a touchdown pass, was just kind of skipping back, getting ready to celebrate. Man, you just hope he's all right.
And this ball bounces through the back of the end zone for a touchback for the Vols. Wow. It's almost like playoff games, or seemingly so, in the SEC. Every week with the 12-team playoff and the implications and percentages and where you would think at the end of the season with at-large bids on the line, the resume building possibilities these games might end up. But a quick strike, and now Dylan Sampson brings Tennessee out to midfield after Nimrod caught one. Down by 2 scores. Sampson took a pop as well.
Yeah, the crowd thinking there may have been helmet-to-helmet contact there, or maybe they thought there was a targeting type of situation. Bryce Thornton with the big hit on Sampson. And then also there's someone that injury down on the field.
R.J. Moten being helped off. So second down and 2 near midfield. Holden stays in motion. It's very close to a first down on the dive. They get quickly lined up.
They're going at hyper speed.
Yamaliava on the rollout. Across his body. Reaching up. Climbing the ladder. And pulling it in is Brazel.
They've been rolling Nico out, giving him some half-field reads, and here he's able to get his shoulders square. Throw the completion to Brazel. Nice catch by Brazel, going up, taking that ball out of the air.
A little slip screen, but off balance. And reaching back for that one was Holden Stays. Never really had a chance to get going, so he only picked up a couple of yards.
I really like what Josh Heupel is doing with Nico Iamaleava, getting him out on the perimeter, giving him half the field to work with, running some nice route combinations, easy completions.
Right up the middle goes Sampson. Close to a first down. About a yard short. It'll be third down as they are in the red zone.
You can see Josh Heupel down on the sideline telling Brazel, hey, get over there in that 3-by-1. We want to go fast.
Jump cut. And it looks to be good enough for a first down for Dylan Sampson.
They're going to keep Nico out on the perimeter with those half-field reads where he's a threat to run the football.
Maybe a half yard for Dylan Sampson. Jaden Robinson, another tackle for the Gators.
So now you're in a situation where you have to throw the football. Now this is where Billy Napier said he wants his defense to be. Take care of the early downs. Get them in the second and third and long so you can tee off on the passer. Get Nico out on the perimeter where he can use his athletic ability.
Swing pass. One-on-one tackle broken by Sampson. Inside the 10. Down to about the 8. Jordan Castell had a chance to bring him down and couldn't, so he picked up 8.
You see how tough Dylan Sampson is. That lower body balance. Back up at the line again.
Another try for Sampson. Crab calls. Right at the line to gain. Cam Jackson tripped him up.
I think he was tripping over Nico's feet as he handed the ball off. I think they got their feet crossed up just a little bit. That's why he was falling forward when he reached the line of scrimmage.
He was short of the first down, it looks like. 4th down and very short. And they're going to run some big bodies in to go for it. I'm surprised they're not measuring here, just to show for sure exactly how far they need to go.
Got their big bodies in. You got the 2 tight ends, got a lineman in the backfield.
Sampson, first down, Ozone, touchdown!
Looks like they have defensive lineman Jackson Moy lined up in the backfield as well, just to get some more beef at the point of attack. And then Dylan Sampson showing that competitive toughness that he's shown all year long. Gets him on the scoreboard at 6.
Through the corner of the end zone for a touchback. Now, this is a tough spot for a freshman to go the rest of the way, but certainly not a pure backup quarterback situation as Lagway goes to work and throws an interception. Tennessee's right back in the red zone. Arion Carter rips it off.
And watch Arion Carter, watch him sink underneath that sail route. This is textbook, folks. It doesn't look any prettier than this. But Arion says, I'm making this big play. I'm setting my offense up.
Deshaun Bishop for 1.5 yards. So you know he's a football player. He's an athlete, but had to learn how to play linebacker. That was an educated linebacker play. What a big takeaway. And the ball's back to work. Iamaleava tripped up. What a nice tackle in space made by George Gumbs Jr. And now he's down.
It's a heck of a play by George Gumbs. It looked like he was about to get up and run back to the huddle and then drop back down to his knees after making that play on Nico. A great play out on the perimeter. Had a little bit of a delayed reaction. It's hard to tell exactly what happened to him, and you don't want to assume anything in these kind of situations, folks.
He's off the field now, and here is 3rd down. Iamaleava, high throw, incomplete.
Maybe a touchdown, but the pressure from Shamar James makes him speed it up and airmail that throw. Well, they had the right call on it. They just could have got it blocked up. That's how it works. Pressure rushes you, forces you into an airplane.
35 yards out. The only player this season in the SEC that's scoring more points per game than Max Gilbert is Dylan Sampson. So 10 points scored in 1 minute and 20 seconds by the Vols after they were shut out for the better part of 3 quarters. So now DJ Lagway in a tie game off of the interception. He'll throw and connect. Trey Wilson knifes his way across the 40 to the 43-yard line for a first down.
This young man has ice water in his veins. He's got pressure in his face, throws a strike.
They run it here with Jacoby Jackson. He'll have to deal with this crowd noise the rest of the way as well.
You see him taking control at the line of scrimmage.
Keeper, Lagway, hit from behind, protects the football, and he's got a first down. Ooh, Carter brought him down.
What a nice read by DJ. Rides the ball in there, decides to pull it, sees the open lane, and he is out the gate. And let me tell you something now, as we head here in the 3rd quarter, this guy is a stud. 6'3", 240 pounds. rifle for an arm, great mobility. Now's his opportunity.
Are rivalry games any fun in college football?
Oh, this is, I mean, it doesn't get any better than this, Bob. It really doesn't.
This is the end of the third quarter.
Tied at 10. Boy, just take it in. DJ Lagway, incomplete on a 1st and 10 as he tried to fit one into DK. Good play by Ricky Gibson.
A spectacular play by Ricky Gibson. He was trailing DK and had to get on his horse and use all the speed he had in order to make that play up, because otherwise that was going to be another completion for the young freshman DJ Lagway.
So no Graham Mertz, injured after he threw the touchdown pass, and still no Montrell Johnson Jr., the leading rusher, with a left leg injury, suffered in the last quarter as well. Lagway, one-on-one throw, bobbled and dropped.
Big third down for Florida, even bigger third down for Tennessee's defense. Got to turn Florida away. Keep them out of scoring position.
Five-man rush. Lagway hit as he throws. That's caught. Short of the first down, but it at least creates a decision. What a catch by Trey Wilson. What a gutsy throw. That orange jersey surrounding him.
3 yards. Again, you got to take advantage of his athletic ability. Can you get him out on the edge? Give him some options.
Here comes the blitz. One-on-one. Broken up. Jermod McCoy knocked it away from Trey Wilson. And they have it tied, and they've got the football back. Bob Wischusen here with Louis Riddick and Chris Button and the rest of our crew. 1 minute into the fourth quarter, and Louis, a takeaway on downs for the Vols.
Yeah, that's big time by Tennessee's defense. Give it back to Nico Iamaleava. What can he do with it now? Can he exercise great decision-making, move his team down the field?
A little check down deflected at the line. Now they run it. Patiently hoping for a little crease was Sampson. He's got a couple yards. Jaden Robinson brings him down after a gain of 2.5, so 3rd down and long.
And now's the time Nico's going to have to exercise again. Smart decision making. No turning the ball over. Be quick. Get the ball out of your hand with decisiveness. If you're Florida, are you going to bring pressure here? Maybe a simulated pressure. Drop out and play coverage.
Here comes the blitz. No simulation on this pressure. They are after Iamaleava. Speed to the edge. Reaches the ball out. Where will they spot it? Cameron James brought him down. Short of the line to gain. This looks like a 3-and-out again, forced by the Florida defense.
Fantastic effort, though, by Nico trying to get that ball there, just using that 6'5" frame.
It's 4th down, and are they going to go for it? They're going to leave their offense out there. The replay booth hasn't stopped play. Play clock winding down. There's a flag thrown for a potential delay of game as well.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
And hasn't been tapped into yet this year. Great individual effort.
DK is going to let it bounce. Covered beautifully by Tennessee. Nimrod was there to down it at the 6. Resulted in the 9-play, 92-yard touchdown drive that ended with the Graham Mertz injury after he found Boardingham for the score. And this drive will start with a Chayton Baugh 1-yard loss.
They need to hold Florida down in here, deep in their own territory, get that ball back to their offense, let them go to work again.
A gain of maybe a yard. Jeremiah Thielander, who took over for Keenan Pili. After Peely was injured in the first quarter, gets the stop. 3rd down and 10. And Lewis, are you trusting Lagway to throw on 3rd down and 10 from all the way down here at the goal line?
Look, I have no doubt that they have full trust in this young man and his ability to both run and pass. So if you're going to throw the football down here, don't make him a sitting duck in the pocket. Get him out on the perimeter where then he can make a good decision. So I can tell you this, number 27, James Pierce, here he comes. He just was in on that 2nd down stop. Now he's going to tee it up.
Play clock's at 0. That's going to be delay of game. They didn't get it off.
Delay of game, offense. Half the distance to the goal. Still 3rd down.
He will throw. He's under pressure. Scrambling at the goal line. It comes out wobbly and falls incomplete. Josh Joseph's got a piece as Lagway released it.
Just look at these guys right here. Look at these. This guy's built like Dobermans, just coming in there on the TE stunts, trying to create havoc in the pocket. And there you saw it, just creating mayhem, getting off the field on 3rd down.
Crawshaw's one of the best, but a wobbly kick. McCoy in plus territory, returnable. Inside the 30-yard line by the time he's brought down. There's one team in America that is top 5 total offense, total defense, scoring offense, scoring defense. It's Tennessee. And they'll run a screen out to squirrel right. And he gets stood up. And yet, being top 5, Lewis, total offense and defense, scoring offense and defense in this league, Tennessee has been in 2 wars in back-to-back weeks against unranked teams.
Every week, that's what it is, man. It is survival of the fittest in the SEC every single Saturday.
Dylan Sampson breaks free. Haskell, touchdown!
That's their guy, Dylan Sampson, man.
Sampson.
And it is leading on their leader, just leaning on him. Put the ball in Dylan Sampson's hands, pull the backside guard and tackle, and then get that ball into the end zone and get us 6.
Well, the Gators were up 10-0 midway through the 3rd quarter, but it's been the Vols that have pulled off the comeback this week. 17 unanswered to take the lead. We'll see if the Gators can respond. Yeah, that Ole Miss LSU game feels like an elimination game. This game feels certainly like an elimination game almost for Tennessee if they were not able to hold on. That's why this response is so big. Now what will the response, Lewis, be for the young quarterback, DJ Lagway?
What's the phrase I like to use? Football is a series of character checks. Now we're going to have one here for DJ Lagway, the freshman 5-star. What can he do?
Tunnel screen. It is caught, and nearly breaking free was Trey Wilson. He almost found a tunnel.
Bobby almost made a house call right out of the gate and said, hey, DJ, you don't have to do it all by yourself. I'll help you out. But this Tennessee defense, they have been running to the rock now. They have been chasing this football down inside out. They know what's at stake. These guys have a lot of pride.
You want to see some movement, though, from Lagway out of the pocket?
Absolutely. Get him out on the perimeter. Make him a dual run-pass threat. If it's not there for him, let him use his legs. Don't have him be a sitting duck here in the pocket.
Zone read, and he's going to try and run it. And he gets bottled up. Gain of a yard. Arion Carter,
there he
who had
is
the
again.
big interception earlier, comes up with a tackle.
There he is again, number 7, Arion Carter. Just picking up the slack for Keenan Peely. Jeremiah Thielander, 22, also playing his role. He turned that ball back in. The linebacker group has been given credit for making this defense go. The improvements that they made at the second level, they have to come up with another big stop here on 3rd down.
And they show blitz, one deep safety. Here they come after the freshman. It's a one-on-one back shoulder throw incomplete. He wanted Elijah Badger.
Jermod McCoy textbook technique. Look at that, patient, feet don't go anywhere, offhand jam, eyes down on the hip. Lean into that back shoulder fade. You have to make a perfect throw. He's going, look, you're gonna throw that on me?
Well, Billy Napier has trusted his defense at different times in this game, and they more often than not have come through. They're gonna have to come through again and get at least one more stop. McCoy backpedals and fields it, bobbles it inside the 10. Tight ropes the sideline before getting blown up. Speaking of a player you want to keep your eyes on, this guy. Talking about holding your breath as well. He makes you hold your breath when he's out there. He plays both sides of the football.
Bob, he's one of the most unique athletes to ever play sports, to ever play the game of football. You may never see done again. The way he can go both ways with that kind of stamina, unreal.
Play action. Iamaleava wants to take a shot. Incomplete. Nimrod hoping for a flag. Jordan Castell was downfield in coverage along with Jason Marshall.
That ball almost traveled 60 yards in the air. Iamaleava launched that. What an absolute rocket launch.
Another play action fake. This time a mid-range throw, and that's incomplete again off the hands of Nimrod. And they're saving the Gators some time here as well with back-to-back incompletions, and it's 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, I like the play call though initially in terms of trying to go for the home run and seeing if they could kind of capture and really, really benefit from the emotion and the swing and momentum that's taking place here in the second half. This is a crucial 3rd down. They need to pick this up, and for Florida, you want to give your young freshman a short field to work with, so this is a big 3rd down for them. They got to come up with a good call.
Tennessee is 3 for 12 on 3rd down. They're going to try and run for it, and they're not going to get anywhere near it with that dive by Dylan Sampson.
Let's keep an eye on Jim Dike back here returning this punt. This guy is fantastic as far as his open field running skills. They could use a big return here.
Wobbly kick. Dike makes the first man miss. Makes the second level miss. Dike near midfield with a spin move across the 50 into Tennessee territory.
Now this defense is going to have to rise up again, because here's Florida on the plus side of the 50 after a fantastic punt return by Jim Dike.
And for DJ Lagway, redemption opportunity as that pick set up the go-ahead touchdown. And now he starts in plus territory with the short field. The handoff to Jaden Baugh, another true freshman. He's got a 1st down.
Both of the teams saying, heck with throwing the football. Maybe we should really lean on the run game a little bit here. And again, another one of those stud running backs for Florida picking up big yardage.
Up tempo at the mesh point, blown up in the backfield. Boy, nowhere to go. Baugh just swamped under. James Pierce came through. Tyree West in the backfield as well. A loss of about 2.5.
I mean, just so quick off the ball. DJ Lagway didn't even have a chance to read the defensive end, because Tyree West said, look, I'm taking it out of your hands. I'm just going to blow all of this up and get a TFL. Tackle for loss.
So now they're behind the chains. Broken tackle. And Baugh can't break another. Ricky Gibson. The sophomore corner come up. The Vols show blitz. Here they come. Quarterback draw. Lagway driven back, and maybe now they're going to have to punt.
And look who it is. James Pierce. Watch the game right here. And here comes Pierce right down the pipe. Exactly what you don't want to see. This big 6'5", 245-pound James Pierce getting a free run on you. DJ Lagway does all he can. Rise up at the moments where they need him the most.
I have to think Billy Napier probably would have gone for it at 4th and manageable, but a 10-yard loss and a fair catch inside the 10-yard line by Jermon McCoy.
Just every moment of these games in the SEC mean everything to these teams.
They're going to try and run it here, and getting dragged down inside the 10-yard line.
We just hope he can get back on the field as soon as possible, whatever that may be.
A non-contact injury. As up the middle on a dive, back to the original line of scrimmage goes Sampson. Florida, if they get a stop here on third down, will have all the time necessary. They're going to send a blitz. Iamaleava's going to take a shot. One-on-one. What a catch made on the sideline, but out of bounds. Brazel, almost a highlight reel reception, but he couldn't pull it in and get a foot down at the same time.
He just ran out of room. Just look at him rise up in the air and high point this ball. Can't get that left foot down in time. Just about a foot out of bounds. 6'5", 200 pounds, Chris Brazel.
So Ross again. Another line drive kick. Dike will try another return. His last one, 30 yards. Impactful. He turns the corner. He gets a block. Another great return. The short field again for the Gators, needing a touchdown to tie.
Special teams, special teams, special teams. Florida has a new special teams analyst in charge of this phase of the game. You're on the plus 31-yard line. 2 minutes and 31 seconds to go. On the road. What are you going to do?
We're about to find out. Hand off to Jacoby Jackson with a stiff arm. Lowers his shoulder and picks up a first down. Are they going to snap the ball again before the 2-minute timeout? I don't think so. They take the clock down. Billy Napier was out on the field yelling at his offense.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
They take it down to the 2-minute timeout. A touchdown separating Tennessee and Florida. 2 minutes to go. The clock not really a factor for Florida. They've got 2 full minutes, all 3 timeouts. They've got to have a touchdown, and they're having a hard time getting lined up. 3 on the play clock. They'll hand it and lose yardage with Jacoby Jackson getting spun down by Bryson Eason well behind the line.
Tennessee defensive line continuing to make plays. Bryson Eason getting penetration in the backfield. Good initial quickness, great pad level. All the fundamental things that you have to rely on at this point in the game. Your fundamentals are going to win this game for you. And if you're Tennessee, the defensive line is going to help win this game. It's their strongest unit. You got to continue to step up.
Flags thrown at the snap. False start.
False start.
This should be, I think, a 10-second runoff, unless Billy Napier opts to use a timeout here to avoid it. That's going to be his option. And they're looking over to see what he wants to do with 1:18 to go. And it looks like he's going to call timeout.
False start. Offense number 58. 5-yard penalty. Still second down. Florida has elected to take a timeout to avoid a 10-second runoff. It is their first.
2 timeouts left for Florida. But they get the 10 seconds back. 1:18 to go. Lagway to throw. Sets up the screen. Caught by Jackson. Nowhere to go along the sideline. And he stays in bounds as well. That'll keep the clock rolling. Arion Carter got there first. Well, again, it's 4-down territory, but now they've got a lot of distance to cover. They have to get down inside the 9-yard line to pick up a first down. It is 3rd down and 18.
I'm going to continue to say, with the way this team is rushing the passer, if you're Tennessee, I'm saying, go ahead, let him sit right there in the pocket. Let us run our games inside. Let us get our heavy hitters freed up. And if you're Florida, move him.
Over the middle towards the end zone. He's got his man, DK, for a touchdown. like it was Vols with all of the advantages. The freshman Lagway steps up.
Watch this route by Chimdike. This is poetry. Fake like you're going to the flag and then break it back to the post. Lagway just climbs up in the pocket. Look at him, he's selling the flag route. Comes back to the post. The safety just can't recover Andre Turrentine. He just can't get back in the position. The backside safety, Will Brooks, doesn't have enough depth to help him in time. And DJ with an absolute laser as he escapes up into the pocket.
They will indeed send the point after group out. And Trey Smack, perfect in his career on point after attempts to tie the game. And we are now deadlocked at 17. But all night, it has been nothing but touchbacks on the kickoffs from Trey Smack. We'll see if he puts this one through the end zone again. Of course, if he does, that saves time for Tennessee. If you force a return, that'll take time off the clock. See how Florida plays it. He's going to boom it. Well, we'll find out if Tennessee can put themselves in position for a game-winning field goal after we check in with Matt. Last week had a heartbreaking finish in the closing seconds against Arkansas. Gets a chance to pull one out of the fire in the closing seconds here. 2 timeouts, 29 seconds. Out of the pocket, gets to the sideline and gets hit. And for a second, it looked like an official may have been reaching for a flag, but I think the ball may have popped out as he went out of bounds, and so a beanbag was thrown.
The ball was fumbled forward out of bounds. The clock will start on the referee's ready.
And that means Tennessee's probably going to have to spend a timeout right here. Or have then Josh Heupel now realizes it and calls timeout. He wasn't alerted, or at least didn't hear the announcement.
Yeah, a couple seconds ticked off the clock. It saves him, what, 8 seconds?
So now Tennessee has 1 timeout left, but the full 23 seconds. That marks where Iamaleava went out of bounds, or at least fumbled it out of bounds. Long throw to the sideline. Did Squirrel White pull it in?
He may have got that right foot down. You're going to see it here when we slow it down. Watch where his right foot is when he controls this football. Right
Ruling on the field is an
here.
incomplete pass. The previous play is under video review.
Toe down in control.
He has it.
And you can see even some chalk fly. He certainly got a toe down. And that would move the ball all the way out to about the 38-yard line.
After video review, the ruling is a catch for a first down at the 38-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 20 seconds. 20 seconds on the game clock, please.
So not only a 12-yard gain, but 2 extra seconds put on the clock for Tennessee. And again, they've got 1 timeout remaining. Max Gilbert's career-long 45 yards as a Vol, but he hit a 54-yarder as a high school kicker. And we were watching him during warm-ups. He was comfortably hitting from 55, 56 yards. So if they can get the ball inside the 40-yard line of Florida, he would have a shot at it. They have to go about another 23, 24 yards. And that's off the fingertips of a wide-open Chaz Nimrod, or he might have gotten there on that play.
He may have gotten a lot more than just gotten there. Chaz Nimrod was on the run.
16 seconds on the clock. Iamaleava, incomplete. 2 receivers basically on top of one another.
When Nico lets this ball go, you have 2 receivers basically stacked on top of each other. You see Nimrod there, and then you see Brew McCoy as well. In crunch time, that's when you got to bear down the most. Make sure you understand the assignment.
Tennessee needs a chunk play and a player then to give himself up. There goes Iamaleava. And he will get close to midfield. Flag thrown back at the line of scrimmage. 5 seconds remaining.
Holding. Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty. Replay third down.
Again, these self-inflicted penalties and mistakes. They've had opportunities to get some chunk plays and maybe get down into game-winning field goal position, just have not been able to take advantage of this. Got to be frustrating to Josh Heupel.
5 seconds to go. So they're just going to run the football here. And barring a miracle run by Dylan Sampson, we're going to overtime. And that is where we are headed. A rivalry game goes on between Florida and Tennessee. Bonus football as we will step aside for just a moment and come back with overtime.
Florida, you're the visiting team. You'll call the toss. If you win the toss, your choice will be offense, defense, or which end of the field you want to play. What is your call?
Tails.
Tails is the call.
Tails is the call.
It is heads. You've won the toss.
You want defense.
You want defense?
Okay.
Which end of the field do you want to play on? Tennessee has won the toss and is elected to go on defense. We'll play on that end of the field.
Not that there's a quiet end of this stadium, but Billy Napier knows what end of the stadium's got the students. He wants his offense running to the other end of the stadium. And that is where they will start overtime. A rollout for Lagway. Loops one towards the end zone on the first play for DK. And it's incomplete.
Strike that fear in the defense that maybe he can pull it and run it.
Flag down. False start. It's going to be 2nd and 15. Unless it's a
False
simulation.
start.
Nope.
Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Now they go empty on 2nd and 15. And they'll bring Jaden Ball into the backfield to help protect. Swing pass instead to Ball. Bryson Eason track Ball right out to the flat and flattened him. A loss of 6. And they're going to run it with Ball. And now they'll have to try a field goal just to put some points on the board. Trace Mack's only miss from this year from 53 yards. This one from 47. No good! Just wide to the right. The negative plays for the Tennessee defense, just enough to push Florida back. And now all the Vols need are a field goal.
You see it right outside the right upright. Oh, so close.
I mean, all they're thinking is field goal now.
Absolutely. Now you just got to somehow see if you can get this ball turned over in some way.
Iamaliava flips one to the flat. Holden stays. Every few yards will help what will eventually you have to think be a Max Gilbert field goal opportunity to win it.
You got to punch at that ball, swipe at that ball. First guy hold him up, second guy going for the strip. Do everything you can to turn this over.
They run it right up the middle. That looks to be good enough for a first down for Dylan Sampson. Getting a push. But they'll mark him down at the 14-yard line.
Put it in my hands.
Instead, one-on-one out on the edge. Dragged down inside the 5-yard line is Dante Thornton.
Players feel it, they sense it.
I don't even think they want to bother with a field goal. Sampson with a push. A pile up inside the 2-yard line. I think they marked him short. Crowd reacting as it's a touchdown.
Progress will stop. Second down.
Give it to him, let him top it off.
Sampson